Yeah, and we had to be there really early, like butt crack of dawn, even though they weren't going to let people in until
7.
7.
Yep, we had to be
We
there
had
at
to be there
5.
like 4:30, 5
We
o'clock.
left the hotel at 4:30 and got there at 5, and it was dark, very dark. August 2nd, it was 3rd. It was very dark. But who else is up at 4:30 in the morning?
Everybody apparently.
Because you know the line I told you wasn't there on Sunday afternoon. That's because everybody had already been there to get their tickets. We ended up in the nosebleed section because we were there so late in getting tickets.
But we weren't the last people to arrive and
No.
check in, so
No.
I mean at least there was that. But personally, the amount of time that we had to wait, I was happier that we were inside during that instead of the people that waited that same amount of time
outside.
outside
You're
to
right.
get there.
Very good point. Very good point. Because
Thank you.
it got very, very hot.
It did.
But because we were there at 4:30 in the morning, the sun wasn't even up. However, I was not especially pleased when they jammed us all in a line, all 5,000, outside.
Yeah,
Maybe more.
pretty much.
All 5,000 of us kind of were told to crunch together, which I'm sure was for television purposes. And then they said, okay, sit down. Okay, you got a picture. I'm looking around. There's no other white hairs there. I'm the only one there. And they wouldn't let us bring chairs, stools. They had a bunch of things we couldn't bring, but I thought, here I have
Fireworks?
I have.
I mean, what the F?
I had lounge chairs in the car. I was more than willing to let someone sit on my lap if they wanted to, but we couldn't even get them near the place.
Yeah, because
So
as soon as
I-
people
when-
walked
as
up
I
and they're
sat
like, you
down-
can't have them.
Remember, they told us, sit down. Everybody has to sit down. I'm looking around saying, you gotta be kidding. So
Yep, and
I looked
then
at Allison and said, I can get down, but getting back up, don't know if I'll be
moderately
able to do it.
problematic.
Yep, don't know if I'll be able to do it. So, we did. Sit down. And Allison's friend came over, who
Yep.
had driven up from Delaware.
Yeah,
I forgot her name.
Vita.
Vida. She was nice. And we all sat together and waited for the place to open up. So,
Well, it was still kind of inspiring because people that were in the line were like randomly bursting out into song, and someone was playing a guitar, and
did you take pictures?
I didn't take very many.
No, you didn't.
I think because I was just like, oh well, I'll get around to it, and then I never really did.
Well, you were visiting a bit with your friend, Vida. And then they finally opened the doors at 7 o'clock before it got hot, and we were all very pleased to get up, although I needed a little bit of help from 2 young ladies.
Well, yeah, but they also had us smush together again and scream for the cameras.
Yes, that's true. Stand up, get up, stand up, get up.
It was like church.
No. They don't yell at you at church. I've been in a few churches where it's hellfire and brimstone, but you don't hear that in our church. We got inside and found ourselves up in the nosebleed section.
We did.
I realized the people on the first floor were the ones that got there at like
Midnight.
the night before the day of the ticket pickups.
Yeah, like midnight on Saturday night.
Yeah.
And they were just there from midnight until they started at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. So they were outside waiting for 8 hours to get their tickets.
Right. And so we pretty much had the same amount of wait, except we were inside.
Yep.
And
waiting inside was nice because
there was a bathroom.
and
Coffee.
and air conditioning.
Oh yeah, that was good.
I was panicking, thinking we were going to be inside this hot, sweaty place for umpteen hours, sitting in the heat, but we weren't. I was there with my prayer shawl that I had a good part of it done, and I think I almost finished it while we were there, because we sat there for,
umpteen hours.
no, I think it was 5 hours. Is it longer than that? Oh, that's right.
Inside?
Inside, we were there.
We were there from 4 in the morning.
And yeah, okay.
Until 6 in the afternoon.
And we didn't get on the road to get home until 6 in the afternoon. And we had, rewind. No. I remember a comment that I made to Allison, which was really cool. It was, boy, we could call this Ellis Idol. Because when we were at Ellis Island, we were reflecting upon the way the people were standing in line to
For
get
medical
processed.
evaluations.
Yes, because when Allie went down to do her performance, she had to stand in a line, 4 different lines? Was there 4 lines with 12 people in them?
Nope, there were 4 people lined up, and then there was the lines behind that, and 4 people would go into this one curtained off area, and there were 12 curtained off areas, so
That's
it would be 4 went that way, 4 went to 2, 4 went to 3, 4 went to 4, etc., etc. And then the whole process with singing took about 30 seconds. And then they were either like, yes, you move on to the next part of round. It's not even really round A, it's more of like prologue.
Pre-prologue.
Yeah, pre-prologue.
Oh, sing a show.
No.
Allison! Never mind.
Well, I think it was more like I sang a song, Money, That's What I Want, because I thought it was kind of funny. But also it was, I guess, too old. Because it was like from the 50s.
But she did a good job. And I went to the area where I wasn't supposed to be, so I could take her picture and kind of listen to her. So when her group went down, her section went down, I scrambled over to the area where it was behind the scenes and down on the first floor. So
Yeah, and Vita went with you, and it was really great that I could see you guys performing.
We were egging her on, but they didn't listen very long.
No. And I'm not really, like, upset about it either.
No, you weren't. You were very good about it.
It was more of like, okay, I experienced this.
You can cross that off your bucket list.
I don't really have a bucket list, though.
Oh, well, it was on your list of things to do. And who'd have guessed we'd do it? I'm glad I invited myself along. It was fun to get away with you.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we got home. And that's the end of the story for today, I guess.
Yeah.
We've been babbling a bit.
We have been babbling a bit.
Babbling a bit. Now do the glasses.
Goodbye, Internet.
Okay, adios. It's been fun.